He's out to the 20. Spinning. Still on his feet. Lost the football. And who fell on it? The AFC retains possession.
Man, I thought Donald Driver had made a great play by pinning him back at the 1-yard line, but he finally got away. Ed Reed got away from Donald Driver and made something out of it.
Well, if that's the last pass Tiki Barber throws in his career, it comes not a minute too soon. Ed Reed with the pick.
Mets and Yankee fans are like oil and water. Cubs and White Sox fans at the same dinner table? Bad idea. Despite their differences, fans do have one thing in common. Their heroes all wear Majestic Athletic, the official uniform supplier for all 30 Major League Baseball teams. Available now all over Europe at nesn.com.
I was responsible for bruises, abrasions, and a few stitches. After I graduated, I became a nurse. It only seemed fair.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
LaDainian Tomlinson, the special one, the gifted one. Absolutely one of the great talents. Some kind of running by the kid. That's insane. He is driving him crazy. Kicking through tackles. How do you stop a bowling ball? LT, truly an S on his chest tonight. You are a Superman.
At least a bit proud of that pass that he just threw.
The last time I thought it was called a halfback option, which means you didn't have to throw it. He threw it anyway.
Well, you know, Dan, we talked about it. You practice on the same field as the other team. Might be hard to surprise them with some trick plays.
Peyton Manning going to throw on first down the middle of the field, and nobody there. Andre Johnson, his intended receiver. Here's the line in front of Peyton Manning, and up front he has a couple of his Colt teammates. Jeff Saturday, the center, and Tarek Glenn, the left tackle. In the backfield, LT, along with Lorenzo Neal. The Johnsons, Chad and Andre on the outside, and Antonio Gates, the fine tight end from the Chargers. So now from the shotgun on 2nd and 10. And Manning will fire over the middle, and that's complete to the tight end, Gates. And that'll be about a yard shy of the first down. Let's check out the NFC starting defense. Julius Peppers and Will Smith, the ends. Chris Jenkins and Kevin Williams, the tackles. Lofa Tupu, the middle linebacker, flanking him. Julian Peterson and DeMarcus Ware. Rondé Barber and D'Angelo Hall are the corners. And Roy Williams and Adrian Wilson, the safeties. Two tight ends on 3rd and short for Manning. And he'll give it to Tomlinson, and LT will get enough for the first down.
You know what I just noticed on that last play? It's a little funny. Players are actually faking like they're going to blitz. So you think like Peyton Manning's going, oh, they could be coming, let me change the play. Of course, there's no blitzing in the game. So who are you trying to fake?
Is that like the equivalent of trying to run play action after you've run the ball 20 times for 10 yards?
Well,
who's buying it?
We've known Ted Cottrell for a long time. It's his job to sit up in the booth and call the guys for, I guess we'd have to call it cheating.
Or letting their enthusiasm get in the way.
Manning throws to the near side, and wide open is Reggie Wayne, his Indianapolis Colts teammate, for a first down.
Well, no problem with coordination between those two, Phil.
Well, it is, Dan, and I've seen it so many times this year. And I've watched him warm up before games. Good look off by Peyton Manning. That does allow him to get some room outside to throw it, which is important. But before the game, Peyton Manning comes out to warm up, and we were sitting up here in the booth, and who was he warming up to? Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, nowhere to be found, which they always warm up these. No, it's the Pro Bowl. We're not doing that, Peyton. I think Shannon Sharp was trying to catch a few passes.
Manning going to throw it again. On the move now, throws over the middle and finds his man inside the 30. That's Chad Johnson. The Cincinnati Bengals, 7 touchdown catches on the season, averaged over 15.5 yards a catch. Let's go into the huddle now with Peyton Manning, find out what's happening.
I heard the word sweep in there. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
And LaDainian Tomlinson is deeper than Peyton. That usually means a run. Yeah, okay.
Apple tipped at the line and it falls incomplete. Just a reminder, Greg Gumbel along with Dan Deerdorf, Phil on the money Sims, and Shannon Sharp on the sideline.
Well, you know what's happened. I'm hitting that age. I start to hear things.
Well, you know, keep in mind, one of the things you'll notice during the game is that there are a lot of multiple numbers running around out here. Like there are 4 guys on the NFC wearing number 21. Peyton Manning can throw to a couple different 88s. He's got Marvin Harrison. He's got Tony Gonzalez. So the fan at home has got to pay close attention.
Manning 3 out of 5 for 46 yards so far. And here's LT. Spins away from a tackler inside the 25 to the 24. LaDainian Tomlinson, 4th Pro Bowl in his 6 years in the league. 28 rushing touchdowns, 3 receiving, 2 throwing the football.
You know, as I watched LaDainian Tomlinson during the year, and Dan, you follow pro football, you played it for all these years. I just keep expecting he carries the ball so much, catches passes, he blocks. When's he going to slow down? When's that running back going to hit the wall?
Well, he's still a kid. It's just the conclusion of his 6th year. You'd like to think he'd be able to maintain his pace for a couple more, but you're right. You see him hit the wall early sometimes.
Manning on the run, throws it this side and has his man at the 10-yard line, and that's Reggie Wayne once again.
I don't know there's a quarterback in football who gives you the appearance that he's throwing the ball away, and it ends up being a completion downfield exactly between the numbers on somebody.
Well, I kind of said this during the Super Bowl, Dan, is the one thing that Peyton Manning got so much better at this year.
Throwing on the run.
Throwing on the run.
Yeah.
What's he going to? We know he can stand there and do it. He makes all the checks at the line of scrimmage. You got to find something to keep improving on. He did it, and it might have been the difference in their whole season.
Good point.
Won games for him throwing on the run.
But he makes it look like he's throwing it out of bounds when in reality he's zipping it to a guy right on the sideline. 1st and goal for the AFC. Quick pass inside the 5. That's incomplete, intended for Chad Johnson. And it'll be 2nd and goal. And now one official ruled it incomplete, but now they're going to keep it at the 3.
Yeah, that was a nice catch. I'm sure all quarterbacks, when they come to the Pro Bowl, well, Peyton Manning throws to a couple good ones, but it looks like a good catch on the outside, low. But these receivers, when you come over here, just about, if you get it in the area, they are going to make the catch.
Well, and that was a fine catch there by Chad Johnson. That was beautiful.
So from the 2 on 2nd and goal. Quick drop, quick pass, and incomplete through the arms of Chad Johnson.
You know, I was going to say, Dan, inside the 5-yard line, you're allowed to get up close to the wide receivers. Looks like it might be a little behind. Is that what it
did it get deflected? Did somebody get a hand on it? Yeah, yes. DeMarcus Ware hit it.
There you go. That's what knocks it out of the way.
Yeah, we wondered how it got so far behind Chad Johnson. DeMarcus Ware, nice job getting the left hand up on the ball.
I think the toughest job in this game is for the cornerbacks because they got no help out there. They got to play one-on-one against these wide receivers.
Now on 3rd and goal, it's LT straight up the middle. Behind Lorenzo Neal, he didn't reach the goal line. So 4th and goal from about the 1.5-yard line.
Hey, go 12. Hey, Peyton, let's go 85 again. If you can sneak it, sneak it. It's 85. 85. 12 personnel.
Well, 85, if it is a running play, the 5 would be to the left tackle spot, and you heard Josh McDaniels saying if you can run it in, go ahead and do it.
Well, it's a little over a yard.
12th play of this drive. Manning going to throw it incomplete. Over the head in the outstretched arms of Andre Johnson. So the ball will go over on downs at the 1.5-yard line. NFC with the ball after this.
There was a moment there where I thought, that was a pretty doggone good throw. I can probably play.
My sophomore year against Thomasville, I only got 3 balls. And those 3 went for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. I knew right then that I was on my way.
And the stadium was rocking, it was packed. Got a total of 400-some yards. That's when I knew.
When people stopped calling me Archie's boy, started calling me Peyton. That was a big moment for me.
The echo in the gym. The squeak of the shoes. The buzzer. The brick. The whistle. The crowd. Swish. I left the game, but it'll never leave me.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us are going pro in something other than sports.
Play football. At 5'9", Steve Smith may be small in stature, but one thing he isn't short on is big plays. After leading the league in receiving yards and touchdowns in 2005, Smith will look to repeat his performance in 2006. With the addition of Keyshawn Johnson, the Panthers will once again look to be contenders for the NFC crown.
The AFC coming up short at the 1-yard line. And Drew Brees and company will take over there.
Phil, how great a story is it, Drew Brees coming back from injury, not just to be productive, but to have a Pro Bowl year.
Well, just to show you preseason, Dan, I would have said the New Orleans Saints are going to be one of the worst teams in the National Football League. That was close.
Well, who would have ever imagined that Brees could come back from shoulder surgery, that torn labrum, and come back and throw it the way he does?
While we have a moment, sports fans, the CBS Sports Store has a huge selection of officially licensed team apparel and collectibles. Get the very latest gear of your favorite team now. Click on shop at cbssportsline.com.
You know, Dan and Greg, just to talk about Drew Brees, but I've had many NFL players, coaches, quarterbacks. What surprised them all was his arm strength. Early in the year, it was not real good, but as the year went along, he got to be excellent.
Brees down the middle. Tipped and incomplete. Champ Bailey defending against Donald Driver.
Well, that's what a quarterback looks for, trying to identify the single coverage, and that's what he had there with Driver, locked up one-on-one with Champ Bailey. It's just nobody in this league can run away. Nobody can run away from Champ Bailey, not the kind of speed that he has. And Drew bought some extra time, but at the end of it, ends up taking a pretty good rap at the conclusion from Terrell Suggs.
You know, to finish that up about Drew Brees, though, sometimes when you get hurt and you're trying to recover from it, you just get stronger, you get bigger. I think that's what happened to him. He got his legs, his upper body, everything, and it shows in the way he plays.
Look here, help.
Now 3rd and 10. And this pass is incomplete. Steve Smith, the intended receiver. And so that'll force the NFC into a kicking situation. And that means Matt McBriar, in his 3rd season from the Dallas Cowboys and a graduate of the University of Hawaii. That's Justin Miller. Justin Miller of the New York Jets had 2 kick returns for touchdowns this season. McBriar gets off a beauty. Miller from the 48. Inside the 40 to about the 39, stripped up by Sean Taylor. 5:40 to play in the first quarter, a timeout. When we come back, we'll check in with Shannon Sharp, who will check in with a Hall of Fame inductee down on the sidelines. Stay with us.
Druids Glen Golf Resort, voted European Golf Resort of the Year 2005. A golfer's paradise in the Garden of Ireland. 2 championship golf courses of contrasting design. The luxurious Marriott Druids Glen Hotel and Country Club, featuring 148 specially appointed guest rooms and a magnificent spa and health centre. Visit our driving range, pro shops, golf academy, and get your golfing tips or tuition from our resident PGA teaching professional.
Job on the peas.
Hockey teaches a kid determination, teamwork, and a darn good shot, too. Learn how to get started at onegoal.com, a website sponsored by hockey's leadership companies.
Hi there, folks. I'm Tim McCarver, thanking you for watching my show exclusively here on NASN, Europe's leading channel for North American sports. Join me each week as I conduct in-depth interviews with the biggest stars from the world of sports. Whether you enjoy football, baseball, basketball, hockey, you name it. Check out NASN.com for the latest schedules and guest lists, and we'll see you right here on Chevrolet's Tim McCarver Show on NASN.
Welcome back to Honolulu, everyone. AFC will have the ball at the NFC 39-yard line. We are scoreless so far, only scoring threat. The AFC had a 1st and goal, actually advanced to the 1, failed to score. Larry Johnson is in the backfield now behind Peyton Manning. Johnson, who had a terrific year with the Kansas City Chiefs. Manning fakes to him, throws to the sideline, and that's batted down. Batted down by Adrian Wilson, and down on the sideline, Shannon Sharp has one of the great linemen of all time in Bruce Matthews. Shannon.
Thanks, Greg. You want to talk about a draft? What about 83? Marino, Hall of Fame. Eric Dickerson, Hall of Fame. Jim Kelly, Hall of Fame. John Elway, Hall of Fame. And now this guy, the 9th pick in the 83 draft, Bruce Matthews, 5 Hall of Famers in that one draft. What does this moment mean to you?
Oh, man. Growing up as a fan of the NFL and being here and being counted as an NFL Hall of Fame member, it's a huge honor for me. I'm humbled.
Bruce, you went to 14 consecutive Pro Bowls, tied for a record. You played 296 games, most by any non-positional player. How did you do it?
I don't know. My brother always attributed it to our ignorance a little bit, but our family was blessed. God blessed us with bodies that could just take the pounding. My brother played the most games by a linebacker. I played the most games by a lineman. So we got to thank the Lord.
Congratulations. Thanks again, Bruce.
Thank you very much, Shannon.
Congratulations indeed, Bruce Matthews, the 9th overall pick back in that 83 draft. What a player he was throughout his career.
Jeanette, did you ever see their father?
Oh, yeah, because he played as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Clay Sr.
You know where the body came from.
3rd and 10 for Manning and the AFC. This pass, wide open, and dropping it is Reggie Wayne.
I'll never win a Super Bowl with players like that.
Well, this might be one game where you go, well, I'm not going to take one for the team. And Peyton Manning wide open in the middle. Again, I said so much pressure on the corners, but you see Sean Taylor. Maybe if it's a real game, you might pull away because Sean Taylor lives to hit you.
Well, Sean Taylor, one of the big hit men in this game, and you're right. Reggie Wayne got a little case of the alligator arms right there.
And on 4th down and 10 in the Pro Bowl, you might as well go for it.
Absolutely.
Manning stepping up and hit from behind and goes down at the 42. Julius Peppers of the Carolina Panthers. 5:20 to play in the first quarter. The NFC takes over.
Hockey gives a kid confidence, self-esteem, and mighty good reflexes, too. Learn how to get started at onegold.com, a website sponsored by hockey's leadership companies.
Ever wished you could be there to see your team in action? With Game On Holidays, you can combine that big match atmosphere with the holiday of a lifetime for the whole family. We offer city breaks and holidays incorporating all U.S. sports, including NASCAR. All you have to do is visit our website and choose the games or races you want to see, and we'll do the rest. Great seats, great games, great value. Game on.
Warming up, so maybe we have seen the last of Peyton. Meanwhile, Drew Brees continues to call the numbers for the NFC, and Tiki Barber is back in the backfield. We trust he has thrown his last pass of the day. Tiki going to run it this time, and not very far, because he's hit head on by Big John Henderson.
But don't forget, Sean Payton coached Tiki Barber when he's with the Giants, and how would you like this said to you? Sean Payton says to Tiki Barber, we're going to run you until your tongue hangs out, and it's the Pro Bowl. Even though it's your last game, I don't know if you want to hear that.
Well, you know what happened? Tiki's mother heard about it and came up to Sean Payton the next day and said, you're not going to work my son that hard, are you?
That's embarrassing.
2nd and 12, quick slant is behind Donald Driver.
We're getting some good stuff, guys.
I want to go.
You know, I guess it's an old habit to cover up your mouth when you're talking.
Gun King fix right, 82 all go, screen right to H. Gun King fix right, 82 all go, screen right to H.
But when we're listening in, it's kind of a waste of time.
Don't put it above anybody that the other side's not listening, but they're going to send everybody deep, try to get the defense running, and then throw a screen pass to Tiki Barber.
And the roll right, and Tiki cuts back inside of a block. Comes up short of the 50-yard line and about 4 yards short of a first down. Sean Merriman making the stop.
I think, Dan, we were up here, we were laughing before, and we talked about Tiki Barber's option pass. That, since they practice on the same field, do you think the opposing coaches would watch and actually see what's going on? Answer for me, would they?
Of course they would.
Of course they would.
And they did.
And we were basically kind of told that by a lot of people. Hey, we were watching the practice.
Hold where you are, Anthony. Stop that.
We're going to go for it on 4th.
This is kind of like a punter's holiday today. From the shotgun, Drew Brees. Hit as he throws and almost intercepted. And Brees is down at the 40 and thankfully back up.
Oh, did he get hit in the lower leg? Boy, this, Phil, is where a quarterback is so vulnerable. Coming right there on the left side, Terrell Suggs crawling in. That could have been bad.
The road of tomorrow is being created today. From tires that help make your car more fuel efficient and safer, to earth-friendly production and recycling methods. Michelin is striving to help you find a better way forward. Michelin, a better way forward.
There was a moment there where I thought, that was a pretty doggone good throw. I can probably play.
My sophomore year against Thomasville, I only got 3 balls. And those 3 went for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. I knew right then that I was on my way.
And the stadium was rocking, it was packed. Got a total of 400-some yards. That's when I knew.
When people stopped calling me Archie's boy, started calling me Peyton. That was a big moment for me.
Well, especially in the Pro Bowl, the last thing you want to see is a player leaving due to injury, but Drew Brees is walking off the field, having apparently hurt that left hand or left wrist on that last play.
Yeah, he got hit in the lower leg and falling, put that arm down to protect himself. He's going in for x-rays.
Carson Palmer is at quarterback for the AFC, and Willie Parker is in the backfield with him. This is Parker. And Parker inside the 45 to the 44, and let's check in with Shannon.
Yeah, Greg, I was walking behind Drew Brees, and I called his name, and he gave me the thumbs up, but they are taking him to the locker room. As Dan mentioned, he did fall on his wrist when Terrell Suggs took his legs out from under him. Back up to you guys.
All right, Shannon. Meanwhile, Peyton Manning on the sideline listening in. 5 of 12 for 67 yards, and we think Peyton's day is done.
Yeah, it probably is, but I'm going to go back to Drew Brees. There are probably 6 general managers and head coaches watching the game today, and they can't wait for their quarterback to get out.
Quick slant inside the 35 is Andre Johnson to the 32-yard line. By the way, you can help decide the MVP of today's Pro Bowl game by voting online in the 4th quarter at NFL.com. Help pick out the winner only on NFL.com.
Well, Phil, I think it's safe to say that Bill Polian and Tony Dungy right now are saying,
good.
Peyton, that's just where I want you to be.
Well, I'm not speaking out, but I used to hear from other people, they would ask Peyton not to even come to the game, but of course, he wants to play.
This is Parker, and Parker tripped up to the 30 and a gain of about 2, and it'll be 2nd and 8. It has to be every head coach's nightmare.
Well, you know, and I didn't play in many. I really only played in one, Greg and Dan, and the game I did play in, it was in my mind that, okay, these are good pass rushers. Everybody, I got good linemen, but they're really good pass rushers who are not worried about stopping the run, and I knew dropping back, get rid of it as quick as I could. I'd actually get in the huddle and beg them, I'm going to get rid of it quick. Can you hold this? Because that's your thought process sometimes in a game like this, I think, as a quarterback.
On 2nd and 8, Carson Palmer throwing to the far side of the field, and that is incomplete. Ruled incomplete inside the 20. Chad Johnson with the sliding attempt from his regular season teammate, Carson Palmer.